Hi YouTube, my name is Caroline Joy. I am a certified Pilates instructor and doctor of physical therapy, and today I will be guiding you through a low back spinal mobility series. This is part one of my two-part series named Heal Your Spine, where we focus on both guided mobility and strength training with a Pilates influence. For this series, we will be starting on your back. You need a foam roller and a yoga mat. Before we get on our back, I'm just going to demonstrate what we are doing in seated. So when I phrase the supine pelvic tilts, you're thinking about scooping your abdominals and flattening your back on the mat. So let's lay down to try this. Centering yourself top to bottom, left to right. We're going to try that same type of pelvic tilt as this first exercise. So my hands are on my hips to kind of feel that tilt engage. So core's pulled up and in as we start to tilt and hold for 1, 2, relax. Again, tilt using those abdominals, pulling up and in to hold for 1, 2, relax. Good. Once you feel like you've mastered that tilt, you can place your hands down on the mat, palms flat, and relax. Holding that tilt, engaging the abdominals for 1, 2, relax. If you're somebody who's focusing on pelvic floor strengthening, this might be familiar to you, adding in both a pelvic tilt as well as an engagement or pulling up and in your pelvic floor musculature, and relax. 2 more, holding that pelvic tilt for 1, 2, relax. Again for 1, 2, relax. We're going to transition into lumbar rotation by allowing the knees to fall out to the right side and then guiding them up and over. So my feet are still flat, knees are bent, but we're guiding the knees left to right, adding in rotation to the low back, panning the knees side to side. No specific counts with this exercise, but just focusing on control. So we're not letting the knees kind of just fall to the floor. We're just starting to introduce a little bit more of rotation in our low back. Letting the knees fall right to left, right to left. Once more, right to left. Next, adding in hip hikes. So we're bringing the hip up towards the armpit, right to left. So that looks like a tilt happening this way, right? So we're working in the transverse plane to bring this up and down, up and down. Lying down on the mat and hook lying. Right hip goes up and back down. Left hip goes up and back down. Keep going, right to left. So we're moving the pelvis in all different planes. We've worked on a little bit of flexion. We've worked a little bit on rotation, still hiking the hips up. We're adding in a little movement in the transverse plane. And next we're going to add in a bridge pose. So one more tilt right to left. We're going to place the palms flat on the mat, facing down. Press into your feet to lift up the hips. Abdominals are engaged, using the glute muscles to hold here for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Lift the hips up, push through the feet, hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower down, 1 vertebrae at a time. But so there's different types of bridges. A lot of times people will focus on the abdominal activation. Others will focus on the glute activation. We're thinking about all of these things, but the most important consideration is moving through your spine 1 vertebrae at a time. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees towards your chest. Place the hands underneath the knee creases to rock up to sit. And then sitting in a crisscross applesauce. We're going to bring our hands out to the side, working on side bending here. So I'm reaching up and over to the opposite side. Again, no specific counts here, but we're moving side to side, controlled mobility, left to right. This one's really going to stretch out those QL muscles, side abdominal muscles, similar to what just engaged them with our hip hikes. We're going to go right to left 2 more times. Reaching through your fingertips. Lengthening through the spine as you go up and over. And you can meet me on all fours from here. So on our hands and knees, we're going to be in a quadruped position for quadruped rock backs. So hands and knees are stable. We're going to push through the heels of the hands to rock the hips back, hinging here, bringing the hips towards your heels, and then lifting them right back up and over slightly in front of your knees to offload the low back. Push through the heels of the hands, rock the hips back, and guide them up and forward. Good. 3 more times, bringing the hips back, lifting them up and forward. Good. Twice more. Hips going back, up and forward. On our last forward motion here, we're going to let the hips come all the way down into a prone press-up position. Good. So bring the hands up slightly in front of where the shoulders meet. And we're going to push up through the hands into extension. So if this feels like way too much extension on your spine, you can just do it in a plank or a modified plank position, pushing through the elbows and coming back down. So again, in that modified position, it's pushing through the elbows here. And a full prone press up, you can lengthen through the arms and push up and lower down. We're going to push on our inhale and then exhale, lower down, slow and controlled. Push through the hands twice more. Extend through the spine. And lower down. Good. Really feel yourself moving through your entire spine with this, not just dumping into the low back. Very good. We're going to come back up into all fours and grab onto your foam roller. We're going to work on what we call thread the needles, side to side. So you want to make sure you have enough length here for your foam roller to move side to side between your hands and knees. So you don't want to have your hands too close to your knees. You want them almost right underneath your shoulders. We're going to reach the right arm up and out to the side and then thread it underneath to position it on the foam roller, controlled rotation to the opposite side and back through center. We're going to stay here, rotating back toward that left side. So no more of those reaches out to the side. We'll get plenty of rotation in the other direction when we switch sides. Good. Twice more, reaching and back through center. And once more. Good. Starting now on the left, reaching the left up and out towards the side and placing that forearm on the foam roller, twisting towards the right and back to center and back to the right and back through center. 3 more, rotating and back to center. Good. Pushing into that foam roller is going to add even more of that active rotation here. Good. Now meet me back on your back. But now we're going to use the foam roller again to further thoracic extension. So we are going to be laying on our back. You can either use the foam roller here or roll up a pillow if the foam roller feels like too much here. So alternatives, again, the pillow for this one. On the last exercise, you could have used a water bottle or something else that has that cylinder circle shape to it. We're going to get positioned on the foam roller about mid-thoracic spine, so towards the middle of your rib cage. Elbows are going to come out to the side to support where your head meets your neck. Elbows out to the side. We're going to extend up and over the foam roller and then recurling up and off. Then extending up and back. So we're really furthering thoracic extension, full spinal extension really here. We live throughout our day and so much flexion through the spine. This just should feel really good to get out of that position. Extending up and back and curving again. And extend up and back. We're going to do this once more. Extend up and back. Good. Good, and you can curl up and off the foam roller. We've got one more mobility exercise left. This is our classic cat and cow. So you're going to get on all fours, hands and knees. We're going to extend up through the spine, looking towards the ceiling to get into our cow. And then I want you to coordinate your inhale with your cat, inhaling to open up through the spine and flex forward. And exhale to look back up. Inhale to flex through the spine, open up that rib cage, encourage more opening and spreading. And exhale to look up. We're curving through the spine, pushing through the hands. And exhale to look up. Good, once more. Inhale to curve. And exhale, look up. Good, and I lied. Let's do one more here. Hang out for even longer. Really open up. Very good. Your whole spine should feel really warmed up and a little bit more mobile after that. I hope you guys enjoyed and have a great rest of your day.